Boo! Good morning. There's October's kitty. Um, Today is October 5th, Saturday. Uh, and welcome to my channel. I know I had one person comment, and thank you for that comment. I'm very awkward with this. I am more or less just doing this for my own kind of record keeping, but you know, and just doing it organically. I don't know how to edit or anything like that. So this is just, all one take kind of thing. Anyways, 20 after 9. And if anybody's been watching, they know that I have sold my home and bought a new home. So my kind of where I am in the journey is this is the family home. I've been here for 24 years. I'm a widow and my children are all grown. I'm a grandmother, and I have had kids, grown kids come in, move in and out, different phases in their life. But right now, currently empty house, and I'm in a rural area, and I decided I want to get into the city. It's a small city, and be closer to my church and my siblings, and I wanted to buy a place that had an apartment that I could rent to my sister, and it's all working out. I've prayed and prayed and prayed about this, and it's like, Lord, if this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing, stop it. Don't let it go ahead. But so far, so good. I've always been, when I make decisions, kind of always, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in, it sounds like a good idea, but is it a good idea? I always have to work on confidence in my decision making, even though I'm 60 plus years old. That's never come natural to me. So anyways, this is my home, and right now what I'm doing is I am decluttering because I have a move coming up on November 14th. So, I mean, how many weekends do we have? We've got this one next weekend, Thanksgiving, so you can take that off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekends to get ready for this move. And I work not full time. I work about 30 hours a week, but I work Monday to Friday, so every day. And thank God for that job. It kind of fell into my lap. I had worked at one place for 24 years and was perfectly comfortable there in a job that did I love it? I was good at it. I knew it like the back of my hand. I knew everybody. We were family in our own dysfunctional family way, but it was people that you'd known forever. And all of a sudden, one day it was gone. They sold the company, and, long drawn out process, and going through severance and all that business, and found myself unemployed, 2 years from retirement, and not ready for retirement. Probably won't be ready for retirement when it does come. But like I said, I'm a widow. My husband passed 5 years ago, and he had been sick for 8 years before that. So a lot's going on. And grateful for a lot of things. I am a person that likes to count my blessings. And I force myself to do it. Sometimes it's hard, but it's like, I do see that I am blessed in many ways. And there's been lots of ups and downs in my life, tragedies, just derailments, but I'm still standing, and I still have lots of people that love me and lots of people that I love, and roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food in my belly. So very grateful for all those things. Anyways, just saying that in case somebody just pops in and it's like, what's going on here? So I am, like I've said in many videos, this is kind of where I operate my desk. My kitchen table is my desk. But in my new place, I'm going to have a little den. And I think I'm going to try to use it as my desk. I don't know. I might still do the kitchen thing because I'll be up in the morning having my coffee. And that's just where I operate. But the plan today is I'm getting rid of this china cabinet, that corner cabinet, and this sideboard. They are not going to fit into my new kitchen. My new house, I'm not going to say is half the size, but definitely much smaller. Like it's like the rooms are not as big. They're not as wide. They're not as long. Well, that makes them not as big, doesn't it? Like my living room is, okay, it is almost 12 feet wide and 14 feet long. So where that measuring tape is, that's 12 feet. And then where it's sitting right there is 14 feet to the wall. So, you know, and really that takes, everything fits in, except for I'm going to have to pull all that stuff forward. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a tight fit. I could probably get rid of one of these lazy boys because, I mean, you think about it, there's just me. So what do I need all this seating for? But I do like to entertain. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of entertaining lately because I've been so wrapped up in things. But it is so nice when you get people come in and everybody's got a comfortable place to sit. And, you know, you bring out a couple extra chairs or whatever. But for the most part, you know, like we were a family of 6. So this, you know, we could all be hanging out in the living room quite comfortably. But now, I mean, there's grandkids and a house full kind of thing. And my kitchen is half this size. How big's my kitchen, you ask? Let's find it. Oh, it's over here. I don't want to show my new house. So got this street on it. Probably. But anyways, new kitchen is 13 feet by 9.67. So that's, you know, quite a bit smaller. It's very thin. Very, well, thin's not the word, is it? It's not very wide. So it's going to be about to here, to where that table is. That's about 9 feet from the patio doors to that. So that's not very wide. And you got your counter and everything like that in it. So, like, definitely this furniture is not going to fit. So, I got to empty that, which I've done for the most part. I've, like, only got what I'm keeping under there. And so much I can get rid of. Like, it's like, 'cause I mean, once upon a time, I used to have big parties, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just not. Like, it's, I've done my time. And it's like, you can't get everybody together anyways. So all that's going. Pulled that all out. That was my mother-in-law's china. And back in, I don't know, several months ago, my daughter and grandsons came down, and just for the fun of it, I put on a tea party, which they got a kick out of. And I thought, okay, that's the last use of those dishes because I just don't use them. One, I'm not a big fan of the pattern on it. So, I mean, they're pretty dishes. They're a certain kind. Let's see what they say. Oops. They are Ironstone Rose Garden by Mowat, made in England. But that's a pretty common pattern. I kept, these are from my grandmother. That teacup, my dad's mom, and that teacup. And then there's other teacups. The rest of them I thought, no, I don't need them. It's like they're going. And there's a cup there that has my name on it. Somebody gave it to me, which was a lovely gift, but it's not spelt right, so I was never really overly attached to it. And I thought, yeah, that can go. And it's like, I'm just gonna, so I'm gonna pack that up today. Get rid of it. I got a pile of clothes in the car already. And I got a pile of metalwork at the back that I think I can fit in my trunk and drop off at one of those metal drop-offs. I was supposed to have a young lad come out last night, give me a price for hauling some stuff, and my neighbor kind of organized it, and then it fell apart. And it's like, I don't know. People say they're going to help you out, and then it's like, yeah, but people's, life happens. I don't know what the story is, but nobody called me. I had to call my neighbor, and he's like, oh, yeah, I should have called you. He's not going to be able to make it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he spoke about getting the stuff out of there because he's going to be off next week, and if I got to dump bin, then we could put it in that. And it's like, oh, that's not what I thought, because I really didn't want to have to pay for a bin. So I thought, you know what I'll do is, because there's some canvases back in the corner of this property. There's a stack of them that my husband picked up somewhere and thought he was going to use and never used, and they weigh a ton, and I cannot move them. So my neighbor spoke as if, he put a chain on them and dragged them up. And I'm like, okay, you do that. You drag them up to the front, and once that's done, then I'll get the bin. I'm not getting the bin until they get dragged up, because I don't want the bin sitting here and that doesn't happen. So if I don't, I've got to kind of nail down a real plan in the next couple of weeks to get that stuff out of there. I have a month and a half, but I don't want to be doing that kind of thing in the last week. I want it done. So, my brain's going ticka, 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 trying to figure out a real plan. So anyways, here's a coffee maker that a friend of mine gave me. It's practically brand new. I have never used it, maybe once. And I'm like, do I keep it? It's a good coffee maker. But you know what? I'm like, I drink instant coffee, and I'm really not, like, nobody I know, like anybody that comes here, they're not all coffee drinkers. Like my brother drinks coffee. Like I just think it's just, going to take up space. I think I'm just going to clean it up and let it go. It's got the instruction manual. Yeah, I don't know why it's so greasy. It was up in this cupboard. Oh, that's why it's so greasy. It's above the stove. Duh. So, anyways, I just thought I'd pop on, give you a little scare with this cat. This cat's what's looking at me for the next month. I'm like, okay, that cat looks how I feel. Terrified. So, but, things are happening. I talked to the bank. I was a little worried, with the bank. I'm like, okay, just so, we're sure here. Because, all I got was this little piece of paper that said approved. It's like, that's all I need, but she needs, there was something with the date that wasn't right that we got sorted out. And then I need some information from her, for my lawyer, for my real estate lawyer. And, she told me just to send it to her. I've sent it to her. I haven't got anything back yet. So I'll wait till midweek. I've got all my utilities set up already for the new place, and except for my internet, and they told me not to call until a month because they have to book someone to actually come out and do something. So, and then book the movers, and that's great. That's going to be a lot of money, but you know what? I can't do it. I don't know enough people with trucks. Nobody wants to do that. That's a young person's game. Unless you've got really close, good friends that are saying, hey, let me move you. I'm not asking anybody to do it. So, and I don't have people in my life like that right now. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of like me and a bunch of ladies. And nobody's got a truck. So, anyways, I think that's about it for me today. I'm just going to get myself dressed. I'm in my pajamas like I normally am. And I'm going to pack this stuff up, get it in my car. So stuff that's already in my car, the metal, and make a trip in. I'm going to call my sister, see what she's doing. Probably go for a little walk with her, maybe for a bite to eat, and then back home, and then, it's like that might be enough for today, or I can get some cleaning done or whatever. But the goal is every day I have to do something towards this move. You have to, or it's like all of a sudden, boom, it's here, and you got, you're like scrambling, and I do not want to be scrambling. So that's it for me. So I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing. I am going to start packing. Let the packing begin. Take care. God bless.